All right, it's time for block 5. We are getting into some of my favorite techniques with these blocks, these last 3 blocks. Block 5 is our popcorn flower. So let me bring that over here and show you. It's this fantastic block right here. All of these gorgeous popcorns in this great center that breaks out with some space. You can really see that here to its border. And before we really get into that, I wanted to tell you that this is about the time in the blanket construction that I really started to think about how I was going to pull it all together. And I am a doodler and I am a drawer, so I sketched out a quick square full of 25 blocks and grabbed my markers, marked out the 5 colors that I was using, and then sort of colored them in to see if I liked how all of this came together. Now, I wish that I could show you the 5 or 6 of these that ended up in the trash because it just wasn't the right outline. But what I did was I drew this just in a black pen, and then I made a couple copies of it so that I could color it in different ways. So you can do that for yourself too. Crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever works for you. You could also just put like scraps of yarn in those spots just to get an idea, and then kind of squint at it just to get an idea of how the colors are going to lay out for yourself. So that's how I go about deciding which blocks are going to go where and what colors are going to go in which blocks. So that's how I did it all. But when you go on to make more blankets, because you really should use this pattern again in other yarns and other colors, that's one way that you can figure out how you're going to place your colors and how you're going to arrange your squares. So I also did want to point out, because I can't believe I haven't pointed this out before, that our pattern has charts. Like crochet charts are a big thing for me. From my doodling, I'm sure that you can see I'm a very visual person. So if you are like me and you kind of get lost in all of the text of a pattern, working from charts is really great because crochet chart stitches kind of look like the actual stitches. I mean, if I bring this in here so you can see it, that's our block, that's our chart. You can see how these stitches correspond. And there's a nice key here, so you can work from that. So if you're a very visual learner, you have the option of working from the chart. And that's all of the patterns in your chart at this point. So let's get started on this. I am going to do the popcorn flower center, all those popcorns in beautiful ivory color, and I'm going to border it in my favorite orange, because you know I'm an orange girl. And I'm going to start with magic ring, which y'all should be pretty familiar with at this point. We've done it several times. There, I've locked it in place. And I'm going to chain 4, 3, 4. And then I'm going to do a double crochet and a chain 1 into that ring 11 times. So that chain 4 that we started with counts as a double crochet and a chain 1. And then we're going to do double crochet, chain 1, 11 more times. So we have 12 spokes in the center of this popcorn flower to start with. That's what we're going for. 12. I've got a few more to do here. Oh, I got talking to you and I forgot to put the chains between my double crochets. That happens. Don't worry about it. Take your work out. You're not that far into it. And honestly, taking your work out is, taking a few stitches out here and there is something that you should sort of reconcile yourself to. It's okay. It's one of the gifts of this fiber art that we do, whether you're a knitter or a crocheter, that you can create something with a few stitches, take it back out, and still create with that material. Let me just count here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more to go. Double crochet, chain 1. All right. Now before we join this into a ring, we're going to close up that magic ring. Again, you should be familiar with how to do this. If you're not, we do have a stitch support video if you need just a quick reminder on how to do that technique. Click on over there and then come back here to me. And then I'm going to join with a slip stitch to the third chain in the chain 4. So my trick of always going backwards, I find the last double crochet or the very first double crochet that I know that we made. The step 1 back from that is the chain 1. The stitch back from that is the top of the chain, third chain, and then I can slip stitch to join. All right, that is round 1. There's our 12 spokes, nice and even. We're going to move on to round 2. We're going to slip stitch into the next chain 1 space, not into the chain itself, but into the space. That's essentially the space between these double crochets. So this round is going to be worked into those spaces. So we're going to slip stitch into that space. And then we're going to do a beginning popcorn. And for the beginning popcorn, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do 3 double crochets into that same chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3. Well, it doesn't look very much like popcorn, does it? This is where the fun part comes in. You're actually going to take your hook out of your work. Don't worry about it. We're going to go back to the top of this chain 3. We're going to put our hook in the top of that chain 3, just like we were doing a slip stitch in there. Then we're going to grab that loop that was on our hook before. See that? And then we're going to pull it through the top of that chain 3. And that's what creates that rounded popcorn look. I know, it seems a little tricky. We're going to do it a bunch more times, I promise. So then we're going to chain 3. And then we're going to do a full popcorn stitch. So the difference being the first one that we did, the beginning popcorn stitch, you have to chain 3 to get your hook up to the top of where you want to be to create the next stitches. This one, we're already there. So this is just a regular popcorn stitch. So in the next chain 1 space, we're going to do 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Loosen that loop up a little bit, pop your hook out, go back to your first double crochet, which is right here. Put your hook in the top of it like you're going to work into that stitch. Grab the loop, you can tighten it up a little bit there, and pull it through from behind. See that? It's so pretty. Popcorn stitches are a great texture. Then we're going to chain 3. We're going to go to the next chain 1 space. We're going to do a popcorn stitch. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 4 double crochets. Pull that loop a little loose, take your hook out, put your hook in the top of that first double crochet, grab that loop, pull it through from behind. See that? You're going to continue to do that all the way around until you have 12 popcorns. Meet me back here at the beginning of the round. All right, I'm almost at the end of round 2. I just have this chain 3, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the beginning popcorn. And so you kind of need to roll the work and look at the top of it up here. It's under that. See that? Let me pull my hook back out there. The popcorn stitch curls in on itself, so you really want to go underneath that stitch that closed it all up and do your slip stitch. There we go. All right, that's round 2 done. We're ready for round 3. And for this, we're going to slip stitch into that big chain 3 space that we made. And we're going to start by making a corner. So we're going to turn this round shape into a square shape, because our blanket's made out of squares. And the first thing we're going to do is make a corner in this third round. So we're going to do a beginning popcorn with the chain 3, 3 double crochets into that space, 1 more, drop your hook, go back to the top of that chain 3, grab that loop, pull it through from behind. Sometimes you got to wiggle a little bit, that's all right. Then we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do a popcorn into that same stitch. Or sorry, that same chain 3 space. So it's 4 double crochets, 2, loosen up my incoming yarn. I don't like any tension on my incoming yarn. But that's me, some people do. Into the top of that first double crochet, pull it through from behind. Oh, there. And that's our first corner made. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do a popcorn stitch in the next chain 3 space. And we're going to do that twice. So this is where we're creating the sides to our square. 3, 1 more. There's 4. Drop it. Back to that first double crochet. Grab that loop. Pull it through from behind. There's our popcorn. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Next chain 3 space gets a popcorn stitch. 2, 3, and 4. Drop it into the first, grab it, pull it through from behind. Chain 3, and now we're going to do another corner. In this one, we don't have to do that beginning popcorn. We're just going to do a popcorn, a chain 3, and a popcorn, all in that same chain 3 space. And there's 4. There's our first popcorn done, chain 3, and another one in that same chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to your first double crochet, grab that loop, pull it through from behind. Oh, every once in a while the comfort splits a little bit, but you get through. So there you can see we've got 2 corners, one side. You're going to continue around as the pattern is written. You're going to do 2 more popcorns individually for that side, another corner, side, Meet me back here to join it together. So here we are, almost at the end of round 3. And you can see those 4 corners start to square it all out. So I just have to do a chain 3 and then a slip stitch to the top of that popcorn, that beginning popcorn at the beginning of the round. And that is the end of round 3. Woohoo! Time for round 4. And this is the last round of popcorns. So it begins the same way. We're going to slip stitch into that chain 3 corner space. We're going to do a beginning popcorn, which you should be familiar with at this point. That chain 3, 3 double crochets, drop your hook into the top of that chain 3, just like you're going to do a slip stitch. Sometimes you got to wiggle your way through. Grab that loop, pull it through from behind, chain 3, another popcorn stitch right into that same chain 3 space. That makes our corner. 1 more double crochet here. Drop it into the top of that first double crochet. Pull that loop through from behind. Oh, don't leave anybody behind. Grab that strand. Then we're going to do a popcorn in each of these 3 chain 3 spaces along the side. Then we're going to do another corner, side, corner, side. So same basic construction. We're just using popcorns and chain 3s to move along to where we do the next popcorn. So continue your way around for round 4. Meet me back here to join. Then we're going to change colors and put the border on this square. So here I am at the end of round 4 with my chain 3 and my slip stitch to the top of that beginning popcorn that we started with. And then we're going to cut the yarn and move on to round 5. But I don't have scissors. Do I have scissors? I do have scissors. What am I talking about? I just don't have them up on the table. You can't cut your yarn without scissors. All right, and I'm going to fasten that off. So we're going to join our new color now. And I always like to start with a new color in a different place that I finished. One, because there's always, so when we did our beginning popcorn, right, we start with a chain 3, and that looks a little bit different than the popcorns near it. So when you weave in your ends, that's just slightly visible as a difference in your stitches. And so when I join a new color and I start a new round, I like to give it like a quarter turn and start in a different place. It makes that beginning of the round slight difference less noticeable when they happen in different places, and you don't want to have to weave in a whole bunch of ends in one corner. So if you turn your work a little bit, start in a different spot when you change colors, it gives you different places to weave in your ends, and it helps to sort of hide those changes that happen in crochet. So I'm going to fold my new color over so I have a little bit of a loop. I'm going to find that chain 4 space in the corner, reach through, grab that loop, and pull it up. And remember, this isn't a stitch. This didn't count as a chain. This is just the potential. This is just how we start. And to start round 5, I'm going to chain 7. But here's my favorite little tip for this. I am going to chain with both the tail and the working yarn, that first chain. That helps to lock the tail in place. It means that that stitch stays nice and secure and nice and snug, and it won't deform at all as we pull on it and work this next round. So just that first chain with both the tail and the working yarn, and then you can do the next 6 chains with just your working yarn. You drop that tail. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, now that chain of 7, that counts as a double crochet and a chain 4, and then you are going to do a double crochet back into that same chain 4 corner space. There. Nice big corner loop. And this whole round is essentially just making those nice big loops that connect the popcorn out to the solid border. So then we're going to chain 3. We're going to double crochet in the next chain 3 space and repeat that across this side. Chain 3, double crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, double crochet in the next chain 3 space. All right, here's where we're going to get real for a minute. Because if I look at my work and I take this double crochet out, there's no chain 3 space there. And actually chain 3 between those popcorns. We're just going to pretend that that didn't happen. And you can pretend that that didn't happen. And you can just do a double crochet there and move along. Or you can go back and take this round out and go back in round 4 and fix that. But you don't have to. Nobody but you is going to know. Okay, and then I mean seriously, nobody's going to know. I'm going to double crochet, chain 4, double crochet. Remember, as you're moving along on the sides, it's a chain 3 between your double crochets, but in the corners it's a chain 4 on this round. Okay, so corner, side, corner. You're going to continue along the second side, corner, side, corner, side. Meet me back here to join. So I'm almost finished with round 5. This last double crochet and chain 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the 4th chain, 3rd chain of the beginning chain 7. Remember, we know this is a double crochet, so that's the top of that double crochet, and we can go back from there. That's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So that's where we want to do our slip stitch to join. That's the end of round 5. 2 more rounds and this one is done. All right, round 6. We are going to slip stitch into that corner space, starting to feel familiar. We're going to chain 3. And this one's a little different. We're going to introduce a treble stitch into this. So we're going to do a double crochet. Don't split your stitches. And then a treble or a triple. So we're going to yarn over twice, then into that space and bring up a loop. Now we've got 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2, 3 times. That was once, twice, 3rd time. And now we're going to do 2 double crochets back into that same spot. So that gives us a corner just a little bit taller in the center. Isn't that nice? Then we're going to do 3 double crochets into that chain 3 space. 1, 2, 3. This creates a nice solid border around this popcorn flower. So to continue along this side, we're going to do a double crochet in each of the double crochets from round 5 and 3 double crochets into each of those chain 3 spaces until we get to the next corner. So now I'm in that second corner. I'm going to do a double crochet into that first double crochet of the corner, and then in that chain 4 corner space, 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 more doubles. So I'll show you that one more time. 1, 2 double crochets, and then the triple is yarn over twice, and then yarn over and pull through 2 3 times, and then 2 more double crochets. That nice pointy corner. So you'll continue all the way around and meet me back here to join. All right, here we are at the end of round 6. We have that chain that we started with that needs a double crochet. And then we can slip stitch to the top of that first chain 3. And we call that one done. That's the end of round 6. So nice. 1 round to go. Round 7. This one is mostly single crochets. It just helps to finish off that border. So we're going to chain 1. We're going to do a single crochet in the same place where we did that slip stitch that joined round 6. Then we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch. Now this one, remember that the top of this double crochet almost looks like that stitch is in it, but it's right there. See those 2 strands? Don't forget that you have to work into there or you'll be skipping a stitch, which is not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but you don't want to skip it. So it's a single crochet there. Then we get to that triple that happened in the middle of the corner. And for this one, we want to do a half double crochet. So we're doing a second layer of an extra pointy corner here. So a half double crochet starts like a double, yarn over first, then you're going to go into the stitch, yarn over and bring up a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. That half double crochet starts like a double but finishes like a single. And now you're going to single crochet your way across to that next triple crochet or treble crochet. You'll do a half double crochet in that one, single crochet, half double crochet in that one. You're going to work your way all the way around. Sorry, you're doing 3 half double crochets in those corners because you have to do 3 stitches to get around the corner. But just in the top of that triple that happened in each corner. Everything else is single crochets. You work your way all the way around, slip stitch back to that first single crochet that you did, and then that is block number 5. You're going to make 4 of those, and then you're going to meet me back here for block number 6. I'll see you next month. Happy crocheting!